If you're looking for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance products, you need to go to ashkickin.com.
Hi, you're watching DONTAE'S Boxing Nation.
What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another great edition of the DONTAE'S Boxing Nation show. I am your host, Dante. We got my man co-host in the building, my man Milton. What's going on, Milt?
Not much. What's good, Dante?
All right. And we got my man on the phone lines, my man Kirk Jackson, former fighter, and he's a contributor to the website boxinginsider.com. What's going on, Kirk?
What's going on, yo?
All right, man. Let's go ahead.
Anyway, man, back to Gary Russell. You know, Gary, he's saying, because at the end, one thing, and I'll let y'all get in. At the end, the post fight, he was saying they were asking him about the Lomachenko fight, and he was like, am I hearing this correct? Do you want Lomachenko next? Or and he was like, no. He wants that fight later on down the line.
Yeah, that's what I was, and that's what we were going to talk about. So that's what Mayweather basically said. So Mayweather, he said, you know, there's no rush. He said basically Lomachenko is 30, so he has to rush. And they said that, you know, we ain't ducking or dodging no one, but you know, we're not trying to rush into a Lomachenko fight. And that's pretty much. And I totally agree. I mean, that's something that could be built up as a huge fight, and there's no doubt about it. There's not going to be no tougher fight than Lomachenko for Gervonta.
For Gervonta and Gary Russell. You know, both of them are saying they want that fight, but they're trying to push it down the road just a little bit. Yeah, Gary
said he wanted towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
But at least with Gary, I kind of understand the plan of trying to unify belts at 126. You know, if he were to move up to what is Loma now? 135 now?
No, 130.
Oh, he's 130.
He's talking about moving up to 135 for Mikey.
For Mikey. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason for Gary to skip, you know, all these accolades and accomplishments that you know he could achieve at 126 before, you know, and fight Lomachenko first.
And there are
especially
good
when
fights.
that's going to be, like you said, his toughest fight.
And there are good fights to be had at 126.
Yeah, Gary Russell versus Valdez, Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, man.
Leo Santa Cruz, if he takes the fight, which I don't think now he will. But you know,
Frampton.
I didn't even mention him. Frampton ain't gonna fight. You know, it's funny because when I interviewed Frampton, I asked him, and I give Carl Frampton credit for being honest, because not too many fighters would be honest like that. But I said, who would you say would be the most difficult fight, and who would you say is the most well-rounded fighter at 126? He said Gary Russell in the heartbeat. But in the same interview, he said he's not interested in fighting Gary Russell. How crazy is that, right? In the same interview.
I gotta give a man credit.
So he basically spelled it out.
Every man got to know his limitation.
Oh, okay. He spelled it out. He said that boy is problems. That's basically, that was the translation. That boy is problems. Oh, hell no.
So I mean, and as impressive as he looked, I'm still trying to figure out, man, how did Loma beat him so easily, man? That was like
Loma is a beast, man.
He's a beast, man. If anybody out there, man, discrediting that dude, man, stop doing that, man.
Listen, this is how he beat him.
Get a man his credit.
This is how he beat him, and I noticed the little adjustment Loma made early in the fight, because the first round or the first two rounds, it started to look like Gary's speed was going to take over. Right. So how we were talking about speed earlier, now Gary really is a guy with unbelievable speed.
He is.
He like the Flash.
Yeah.
But anyway, he started to kind of early in the fight. Gary started to take control slightly with his speed, and at first Loma was standing there. Like just standing there to see what he had or whatever. Right. He didn't know what to expect. So, you know, Gary got off some flurries or whatever, and it looked like it was going to be a Gary Russell fight. All of a sudden, Lomachenko made an adjustment, and he started using angles. And he started doing that jump back.
Yep.
Where he would force.
You're exactly right.
He would force Gary Russell out of range. And that's how he took control. You don't want someone as talented as Lomachenko to have a height advantage over you,
right?
A reach advantage. I'm not sure what his reach is, but he definitely has a height advantage over Gary.
Right.
You don't want somebody that talented and gifted to have, you know, any natural advantages over you.
Right.
And that's why it's going to be an uphill battle. But Gary, because Gary is so talented, I feel he can adjust like the best of them. So that rematch would be good, man.
It would be good. It would be damn good.
It's going to be hard for him to catch up with Loma because Loma's. I think Loma is the type of fighter also always looking to challenge himself.
Right.
Like that's why he's like, I want to move up to 135. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy because he said I want to fight nothing but champions from this point on. He want to challenge himself, and that's good for the sport of boxing.
Right.
So I don't know if Gary's going to ever catch up with him when it comes to weight classes because he might be. Loma might be at 140 by the time Gary Russell even gets to 130.
That's true.
Know, so, but real quick,
does he want to make that happen? I mean,
you said, does Bob want to make that happen with the Gary Russell fight?